All right, so Tothian, I want to thank you for inviting me. You know exactly where I'm coming from, so I'm not here under false pretenses. And so you saw the debate 2 weeks ago with Commissioner Rogers and Joseph Rullo and two Democrats at Stockton University, right? So why don't you tell us what's going on today?
Today we're having an event to support Donald Trump. Everyone's got their own reasons for supporting him. And we're also having Steve Rogers, he's a candidate for governor. We're having him come here today too to speak. He's coming here at 3:30 and right now Frank's saying something.
I'll go over and start talking to people. Already someone said to me, I saw a Bernie sticker on your car. Where's Bernie? Tothian in the green hat is right there. He works for Commissioner Rogers.
Oh, okay, I know.
For volunteers.
Yeah, I know.
And he saw me. I moderated a governor debate 2 weeks ago, and he asked me to come.
How'd it work out? What do you think of Steve Rogers?
Well, I'll be honest. I am a Bernie Sanders progressive, but the debate that it was I'm completely opposite the beliefs of you guys. I'm not against Trump, but the debate was with two Trump governor candidates.
He was one of the first ones to pick it out that Trump was one of the first ones to pick it out that Bernie Sanders was getting railroaded. He knew what was going on.
Yeah.
They tried to do the same thing to him. So.
Same thing to Trump.
Yeah.
How can you describe the similarity?
I'm sorry. As far as what?
How they were getting screwed, I think is what you were saying. I'm curious how you see it as similar.
What the Clinton campaign did to him? You don't think that there was anything?
No. I agree with you. I'm just curious of what pieces of that being screwed is the same and different between Trump and how Bernie was affected and how Trump was affected.
Well, he's filming me, Frank. What are the similarities you're saying?
How they were, you said, being screwed. Yeah.
They were putting out fake news on him the same way as they're doing for Trump. You don't think they did that?
I'm not saying I disagree with you at all.
All right, that's all
I'm here to learn what you guys think.
When you talk about what the fake news, what do you mean? I'll tell you fake news.
Well, no, he's for Bernie Sanders. He's the Bernie Sanders progressive.
Yeah,
This guy
okay.
here. So ask him. So now, what benefit do you have by being here if you're a Bernie Sanders progressive?
To learn what people who disagree with me think.
Okay.
Well, now, do you think that's so? Do you think that a lot of government-sponsored things like Social Security is a form of socialism? Some people get confused with that.
I don't really understand the definitions, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Could we pay for everything? Like, could we pay for free college, free this, free that? Because a lot of these countries that have a lot of these things that are free, their tax rate is like 60-70%. And to me, it's like if I have a farm and you have a farm, I have 4 cows and you have 1, I'll work something out with you and give you a cow and help you. But I don't want somebody telling me, oh, they got to take some of my cows. It's that in a very fundamental, basic sense. To me, is stealing. I'm for everybody, but I'm sad that a lot of people are hateful. And they're looking at this, they're not realizing that they're hurting their futures. You can't have giveaways and you can't open the borders like you're doing. And you can't change our culture, language, and borders like you're doing, or you don't have a country. And frankly, I'm going to go out on a limb. I think they're doing it. I think progressive haters, not maybe socialists like Bernie Sanders, I think they're doing it because they hate America. They might hate the whiteness of America or the Americanness, or whatever. And they're just trying to change America. And to me, that's like, what war did we lose that now people can come over here and culture shock us at? You said Bernie Sanders wants to do more for Americans by giving.
I never said that. You said that.
Okay, so I said that. That's how I feel about Bernie Sanders. I'm saying you won't even have to do that. If Bernie Sanders and people want to do that, fine. But first let the people protect the people and let them do for themselves. And you may find you may not need all those social programs. That epitomizes basically what I'm trying to say. Let us be ourselves. Stop oppressing us. Stop trying to change America. And then we'll see what social services that are needed to help the poor and those that can't do for themselves. The story here is not to keep people out. The story is to stop discriminating against Americans. And if it's people that are different than me, that are all getting the jobs, but they're doing better than me, I'm not going to say, how come I'm not getting it because I'm Italian or I'm male. I'm going to say, hey, those people are better than me.
What are you here for?
To support our president. Our president helped make America great again. And bring it back to where it was. Help bring back America. At least we got a president with balls that will not stand down to terrorists, that will kick their asses.
Has he done that so far?
Yes. Matter of fact, he just dropped an experimental missile on ISIS.
Experimental? You're talking about the mother of all bombs one?
Yes. He dropped it and got rid of them in one shot. And now we got North Korea ready to test us, but not let him stand down.
On the news that I watch, which I'm not necessarily saying I agree with or even understand, there's a lot of talk of Trump being in some trouble. And I'm curious to understand a supporter's point of view of that.
That's just the liberals trying to take down our president. That's what they're trying to say. They're trying to knock our president down. As I said, they know we got a president with balls, and they're not going to let us. They're not going to let it happen. That's what they don't. He's cleaning up the White House, cleaning up slowly but surely, cleaning up Washington and the country, cleaning it up, not dealing with the liberal fake news. Like he kept carrier air conditioning in this country. Look at how many jobs that went over to Mexico. How many jobs would be lost?
What about cleaning the swamp of Washington, D.C.?
Cleaning that up too. Get rid of the old school way of doing things. Bring back America. Make it great again.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And my purpose of coming today is not to protest. My purpose of coming today is to learn from you guys.
Fine, even if you do protest, we'll always talk.
But I don't want to protest. I'm not interested in protesting. I'm interested in learning from you guys today.
It's okay.
But on the news that I watch, there's a lot of talk of Trump being in trouble, of having trouble, and it's building up regarding Russia, regarding Mike Flynn, regarding the tapes with Comey, suggesting that there might be tapes when he spoke with Comey. Firing of Comey, and I would like to understand from your point of view of how you see that. Is there any validity to it?
I feel that the progressives and the liberals have to stop. They should be like we. They should be honest. Use the grand jury. And whatever happens, happens. If you did something wrong, you got to pay the piper. But stop making it sound like it's only Trump that did it when Hillary Clinton and everybody else is doing far worse.
I'm not suggesting that.
Right.
I'm not suggesting
that. To the people listening to this. I mean that for you.
Yeah, good.
Because I am a rabid Donald Trump supporter. I'm one of the 60 million people that voted for him, campaigned my rear end off of him. And I'm one of the 30 million diehard supporters that the media could never change. We're the leftist worst nightmare, and we're the rhinos' worst nightmare. We fight for the Donald Trump, we pray for Donald Trump, and we do it without any pay. I believe the Russia thing is just a ploy on the part of the Democratic Party to try to undo the will of the people, and to try to it's a political coup, and they want to hold up the Trump agenda. And most people like me, apparently I heard good stuff about your media people, that you're kind of fair, but most people like me don't even listen to the media anymore. Like Sean Hannity said on his program every night, journalism in America is dead today. The media is not fair. Only 2 papers in the country, major papers in the country, endorsed Donald Trump for president.
Regardless of what validity there might be with the Russia stuff, regardless what validity there might be with any of the stuff that Trump might be in trouble for, regardless if it's true or not, I think there's a large element of the Democratic Party wanting to distract from their own flaws by using this as...
Well, you know what I get out of that quote from you? That I should be interviewing you because you are one hell of a smart reporter. Okay, for you to say that, that's exactly true. I wish I had said it. Well, listen, Bernie Sanders was an anti-establishment candidate. They're in a weird sort of way, although I'm not a Sanders supporter, even though I stand against many of the things that Bernie Sanders stood for, I do realize that he got cheated out of the Democratic nomination. There's no way, if you're a Democrat, that you could look at what the Democratic Party did to Bernie Sanders and be happy with it. It was cheating. Well, you do understand, even though you're a progressive, you do understand that Hillary Clinton, only one that could have beat her on the Republican side was Donald Trump. And the reason he was the only one that could win, because the other ones, they're all globalist, they don't have crossover of voting appeal. You got Michigan, you got Pennsylvania, because I'm going to say it, the white middle class, the white working class has given up on the Democratic Party. You've ignored them. You ignored them. And maybe,
I would take off the white, but otherwise I agree with you.
all right, okay, well, you're right. It's not just white, because Trump even got more of a black vote than Romney did. I think he got more than a couple other Republicans did. But the working class Americans in those states, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, my God, by the way, we campaigned in Pennsylvania for Trump. Those states went Republican for the first time in 30 years. That's because the Democratic Party is losing its touch. Bernie, even though I don't like Bernie, I'm crazy about Bernie, Bernie would have had a better chance at that group than Hillary Clinton ever did.
But I would say that even more so, Hillary lost.
Well, but a populist and a progressive can disagree on that point.
Okay.
I think Trump wanted, you know what, the one thing that Bernie Sanders had that Hillary Clinton didn't have, which would have been hard for Trump, and I'm a Trump supporter, I still would have fought like hell for Trump. The only thing Bernie had is he was more likable and far more honest than Hillary Clinton. The Democrats never should have ran that woman. Now, I hate to say it, Bernie maybe could have won.
And we'll never know. We'll never know. Maybe we will in 3 years. But I think that if Bernie was in the race against Trump in the general, I think it would have been one of the biggest blowouts in American history.
Oh, I don't know. See, that's where, once again, the progressive and the populist. Okay, the nationalist populist, that's what I am. Once again, we disagree.
Okay.
Lefty, you were okay.
Thank you.
To make it very, very clear to the Democrats and to those GOP elected officials that there is a time to surrender and there's a time to fight, and now is the time to fight.
I have a question for you, Mr. Rogers. Good to see you again, sir.
Yeah, see you around.
Yes. Collusion with Russia.
Yeah.
What does the mainstream media Democratic side mean when they say collusion? Because they never seem to explain exactly what that means.
That's a good question, and I'll answer it in these terms. Collusion means that an individual actually met with, in this case, with the Russians and plotted, okay? They plotted to disrupt the election. So
what specifically are they referring to? Is it just the election, or is there more than just the election, such as, laundering money through hotels or whatever they're saying?
Well, that's another good question. The fact is that they don't know, all right, other than this, the memo that was sent to Robert Mueller, the new special counsel. It not only says he is to focus in on collusion with Russia, but it gave him a wide range of authority to investigate anything connected to anything. This is why I say this is a fishing expedition. This is not an investigation. There is not one shred of evidence that the president or anyone in his campaign committed any act in violation of law. But being that they're going to have it, nothing to fear. There's nothing there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And I've been a Trump supporter from day one. I am a conservative. I am a staunch, no exceptions, pro-life, evangelical, constitutional conservative. Ask me why I'm aggravated.
Why?
Russia. This whole Russian thing is something that the liberals have been building momentum with for a very long time. And now they have their independent counsel. All they have to do is scream a little bit louder, and they get to scream and whine and accuse people of things that are not true, and still get to have an independent counsel when we have all these real scandals that have been taking place. And the whole list: Benghazi, Fast and Furious, the VA scandal. This whole Russian thing is something that we need to start ignoring as the media. Yes, we need to expose liberals for their lies. But getting back to President Trump, he's a phenomenal person. He is going to make America great again. He already is.
Give me some the best examples of that so far.
Neil Gorsuch, okay, a conservative judge. You know, he has, and it's a fact, he has implemented more conservative actions in such a short period of time, more than any other president. It's a fact. It is a fact. There's a whole list of things that I'm happy that he has done. So since 1986, the wall has been promised to be built, right?
And the Democrats are liars.
Since 1986, right? So now, all of a sudden,
compromise your server. Oh, really?
Real quick,
Yes,
how did
Hillary.
we were trying to ask.
I'm sorry.
I thank you for taking the time because I was interviewed by NBC, CBS, CNN, and none of my interviews were aired. And the fact that you're taking the time right now to do this and going live, and you are on the other side, you say you're a Bernie Sanders supporter. If there was a drop of evidence that somehow President Trump or somehow Vladimir Putin had some sort of influence on the way in which I pressed that button, do you think for a minute that he was illegally funneling money to Russia? Are you freaking kidding me? And by the way, if he was, we would have known that by now. So this is yet another trumped up, made up, lying scandal. And you know what? It's all because they're never going to find evidence that somehow Russia had an influence on our election. They're never going to find evidence of Russian collusion between Donald J. Trump and Vladimir Putin, okay? Other than normal diplomatic talks and meetings, okay? As a president, this president has to sit with all leaders. That is a good president. That's a good commander-in-chief. He has to be diplomatic with other leaders of other countries. Now, having said that, I don't know where you stand. You were against the establishment, I'm assuming, because you supported Bernie Sanders, correct?
I'm against, personally, I'm against any politician that accepts big money at all. PAC, corporation, or lobbyist money.
Okay. I mean, we're always going to have big money, big companies, rich people.
No, and that's not what I mean.
Okay.
I'm not against corporations. I'm not against big money. That's not what I meant.
Good.
I'm against politicians that accept donations from anyone except individuals.
I don't know. That kind of just, I don't know if I ring 100% with that because I think it's a matter of choice. And if I owned a big company and I wanted to donate to a campaign, I don't see it any different as if I was rich individually. And I wanted
Well, it's different because you would only be able to donate $2,700 as opposed to millions of dollars through back alleys. You know
what? It depends. It depends. It is the Democrat Party who funnels money illegally. And the pay for play is astronomical. It's the Democrat Party that does that.
Republican and I would say Republican and Democratic Party both accept enormous donations through dark.
No, I'm talking about pay for play though.
But as I see it, pay for play is a symptom of big money donations. I don't see it the other way around.
Okay, well, you know what? At the end of the day, I think I kind of agree with you. I think somewhere we can meet halfway on this.
We have a longer conversation, but it seems that we're sort of leaning on that same side.
Exactly, yeah. I think that there's so much bigger fish to fry right now. You know, what we have to do is hold...
I honestly think that there is no bigger fish than that.
The mainstream media, we need to hold them accountable.
That's money in politics. Mainstream media is so corrupt because of money in politics. That's my opinion.
Well, okay. You can't say that all big money donors are corrupt. I'm sorry.
I didn't say that.
But that's why we can't keep talking about...
Politicians who accept big money donations are by definition corrupt.
I'm not going to go down that road anymore. Let's agree to disagree on this one, okay? Yeah. God bless you. Thank you.
It was really nice talking with you. So you remember? 1, 2?
I've been here. I've been doing rallies for years. I started with the Tea Party.
I'll be honest with you. I am a Bernie Sanders progressive. I am completely on the opposite side. Not that I dislike Trump.
You can't be a socialist.
I didn't say I was a socialist. Well, my family did as well, but at least some of my family did. But I don't associate that to the term socialism.
I do. I was raised different. I was born during World War II. I have a couple years on you. So
A couple.
a lot. Yeah, it makes a big difference. Why is 9/11 such an important date?
Because that's where you call when you get in trouble.
9/11. Oh, how clever. No.
No, it wasn't very clever, but that's what came to me.
Okay, 9/11. Why did the planes go down on September 11th? What is that date in history? In 1653, the Ottoman Turks were defeated at the gates of Vienna, which was the last time that there was a battle between the Christians and the Muslims. September 11th, 1653. It's like, if it's like the Japanese or the Chinese, they project 500 years ahead, and they remember everything for 500 years, and they don't forget. Where Americans are like featherheads.
Because if they looked ahead, they'd actually have to learn something.
Correct. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. But I just thought I'd
Make America great again, don't we?
Miss, it was very nice
Now
talking
we
with
need
you.
to
Thank
make
you.
New Jersey
Thank you.
great again. So we are honored and welcomed and privileged to have our future Governor Stephen Rogers here today with us. It is time to make New Jersey great again, folks. And we are here to do that.